All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and today we have a super special watch here on the channel. I want to thank CW Watch Shop for getting this watch onto the channel, guys. If you guys are interested in another luxury watch in your life, check out the links down below to CW Watch Shop. Now, guys, this is a pre-owned watch, but this is a late 2020 Oyster Perpetual 124-300 with the green dial, the beautiful Rolex green dial. These watches, guys, have been a smash since they were released in late 2020 with all the different colorways available. And the 41mm case size has really been a smashing hit. Of course, I think bringing this watch even into more of a sporty style. The 36mm case is a great watch and it wears well, but I don't know, these 41s just make it more substantial of a watch. And being that it's the Oyster Perpetual, I think the most quintessential Rolex watch out there. I mean, if you know the history, the Rolex, the Oyster case was developed back in 1926. A screw-down crown, screw-down case back. For the time, this was really revolutionary and it made truly a waterproof watch. So Rolex has continued to improve upon these watches, and these new colored dials are just so popular nowadays, and there's so many beautiful ones out there. They are very difficult to get a hold of, guys, as most stainless steel Rolex watches are these days, especially in these modern ones. So let's talk specs on the watch. Of course, I've told you it's a 41mm case from side to side. 47.4 millimeters is what I measure lug tip to lug tip. 11.8 millimeters of thickness from the case back to the top of the sapphire crystal, and this watch is employing 20 millimeter lug openings. Now, this is oyster steel case, and of course the finish, I'll bring it up here a little closer, but the finish is what you guys would expect of a Rolex watch. All in-house finishing. The polishing is just amazing, spectacular. You know, we talk about Zaratsu style finishing and whatnot on the Japanese watches, which is absolutely beautiful, but look at the reflections of my lighting and everything there in the background. The polish work is just stunning on these watches. Flip it around here to the side so you guys can see the coronet on the screw down crown there. Of course, beautifully done. The indices are all applied indices, these baton style indices all the way around. Love the double batons at the 3, 6, and 9 position. I think that really adds a lot of character to these dials. The indices, the polish and surround are all white gold, as are the hands and the second hand sweeping around there. The coronet also at the 12 o'clock position. Simple, clean layout on this dial, not a lot of writing, cluttering it up. You've got your Rolex Oyster Perpetual at the 12 o'clock. Superlative chronometer, officially certified. This watch is running the modern 3230 movement from Rolex. That's a 31 joule movement, beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour. It's a 70-hour power reserve on that movement. With that, you get the Parachrome hairspring, which is anti-magnetic. You get the Paraflex shock absorption system. So this is really a tough watch. It's a watch that can get it done. That's the same movement that they're using and the same system they're using in the Submariner. So, you know, being those are a 200-meter watch, this is a 100 meters waterproof watch. But really, for most of us, this watch is going to get the job done. Simple, clean, three-hander, nothing else to clutter up the dial, keeping it simple and clean, a true chronometer watch. With that, these are officially certified by Rolex through their process, and also COSC certified, excuse me for that, to -2 +2 per day. So very, very accurate watches. The bracelet on the watch is, of course, your classic Oyster bracelet. I've seen people put Jubilee bracelets on there. I just don't know why you would do that. To me, an OP is supposed to be on an Oyster bracelet. It just makes sense. But beautiful. It tapers from 20 down to 16 at the clasp. Clasp assembly is really, really super comfortable. Very well done. Beautiful, of course, from Rolex. And one of the things, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with these. This fits me perfectly now, but there is a little 5mm extension on there that you can pop out. You know, in case the watch, if you're swelling a little bit, in case the watch is wearing a little bit tight, you can pop out that 5mm extension and it works perfectly. Very, very nice addition to the watch. You know, again, just a quintessentially beautiful Rolex watch. Everything you would expect and want from Rolex watches. Check out the case back. There's never really a whole lot to talk about or see on the back of a Rolex case. They're very simple, very clean, but you know, everything about these watches is very, very well done. Let's go ahead and get this watch on my 7-inch wrist and then stick around so you guys can check out that Chromalight Loom that this watch has. It's very nicely applied. Check this out. All right, well, there's the watch on my 7-inch wrist, and what can you say? I mean, it's perfect. It fits the wrist perfectly. The bracelet is the most comfortable bracelet I've ever felt from Rolex. I've had a Sea Dweller here in the past. I've had an Explorer, both, you know, older 5-digit reference numbers, but this is the most comfortable, really probably watch I've got to wear right now. I mean, it's amazingly comfortable, fits the wrist perfectly. This oyster case is just right. And like I said, I think that this 41 millimeter case size really brings this watch into more of a sporty feel, more of just an everyday watch. It almost feels like more of a field watch to me and everything like that. It's really, really, I'm really happy with what they've done with these watches. So let's dim the lights and check out the blue lume on this one. Well, and as you'd expect from just dimming the lights, this Chromalight Loom from Rolex is nice and bright, heavily applied. Look at that green dial under that light. The green dial is a super popular model, guys. If you aren't familiar, these watches are all going for way more than retail. If you can find them out there, they're going for a lot more than retail price, guys. Unless you had an in with an AD, or if you've got one on order from an AD, you'll get to pay that retail price. But on the secondary market, these things have skyrocketed like most stainless steel Rolexes have. So, all right, guys, you like the video? Give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.